Hello, hello, hello. Yay. Uh, okay, let me just get situated. It is Kat here. I am live. And today I'm going to talk about competition. And there's a reason why I'm going to talk about competition today because the subject has come up a couple times with some of my clients and some potential clients. So I thought this is a great topic to talk about, and I hope you're hearing me okay. It's a great topic to talk about and really address because competition equals fear. So if you fear your competition, then you're going to really appreciate this conversation or relate to this. And I love this because I did have a conversation with one of my, like I said, I had a conversation with a client and then a potential client. And this is a great, great conversation to have. So in the notes, I put on there and let me read my notes so that we're all on the same page. But before I read my notes, let me introduce myself for those of you who are just now joining me and never have caught me live. I'm Kat Ramirez. I'm CEO and founder of hashtag Advertise. There we go. And hashtag social buzz, sorry, and advertise. And I'm all branded up today. And these are my new hats. So I thought I'd wear one. It's my gray camo hat. How do you like that? With my nice branding here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I've been wearing it out and about, and I love it. So give me a thumbs up if you love my hat too. And I picked camo because I am a veteran and I actually love this camo design. I love it. I've got a few pairs of pants in this gray camo design too, and I love it. And a skirt and other stuff. I think it's fun to wear. But anyways, okay, I'm digressing. I'm Kat Ramirez. I'm CEO and founder of hashtag Social Buzz and Advertise. We help businesses stand out and grow. And today I want to talk to you about competition and your competitors. Some of us have a lot of competitors than others. Some of us has competitors that are like right in our backyard. When I say our backyard, I mean like in your neighborhood, in your town, in your city, in your DMA zone, whatever you want to call it. And then some of us have competitors that are all over the country and in other countries. Ah! And so my question to you, you watching today and listening, is are you threatened by your competitors? Do you resist putting out content or talking about information, whether it's on your website, your social media, or any public place, because you don't want your competitors to see? Are you one of these people that are just really fearful for your competitors checking you out and getting this information? So I want to talk today and I want to talk you through it because here's the reality is we all have competitors. We're all going to deal with competitors. They're not going to go away. I embrace my competitors. I say, hell yeah, bring it on. So, it's how you position yourself and how you're acknowledging your competitors and how your disposition is going to be how it affects you or your business. And I want to talk about some of the major points of, getting so super involved or so consumed by your competitors that you really are actually hurting yourself. Okay. And let me pull up my notes here so I can have an intelligent conversation with you. So as I'm pulling this up, if you are tuning in for the first time, drop a line. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you have tuned in before, let me know where you are. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask questions in the comment box below. I am here to help you, and anything that I can do to support you and answer any questions that you might have, that's what I'm here for. Yep. As I had a training session earlier today with my assistants, because they're pretty quiet. They're really shy and they're really quiet. And I think it's like 6 girls. And I always say, hey, this is not about me. You can't learn if you don't ask questions, and you can't learn if you don't make mistakes. But you got to ask questions, because if you're not making mistakes, then how else are you going to learn? And you can't be afraid to ask questions. There are no stupid questions. So I pose this out to you as well. There are no stupid questions, because you can't learn if you don't ask questions. And I'm here to help you any way I can. And you're like, why you, Kat? Who are you? What makes you an expert? Well, I have over 30 years experience in marketing, sales, and advertising. And I've talked to thousands of businesses in 5 different major markets, from small businesses to mid-sized businesses. And I've heard it all. I can have a t-shirt that says, been there, done that. Right. So before I go into the competition dialogue, I have to say a shout out to Daniel Gomez. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You are awesome. I have to give a shout out to Lisa. Lisa, thanks for watching. Good to see you too. I haven't seen you in a while. I know you've been doing your lives and I haven't caught those in a while. And then Maria, thank you for watching. She's watching from Mexico. Awesome. Yay. Okay. So let's go into my bullet points. So, I'm going to give you reasons why you shouldn't fear your competitors, because there's no reason to. Again, we all have competitors and they're not going to go away. And if you are making business decisions based on your competitors, that are the whole motivation about how you conduct business, you could be destroying some long-term growth for your business. And again, I bring this up because of conversations I've had, a couple of them now, with a potential client and a current client. And so I just want to make sure that I'm like, I wonder if anybody else is going through this. And so again, I just want to be really, really clear, because here's my belief. My belief is, you should know who your competitors are. You should be very aware of them and tuned in, but you should not obsess over them, because you are now putting energy on something else that you can't control. Okay. And that's not a good thing. And it's not great for your business, and it's not great for your own business growth or the morale of the company that you represent. And so, for a lot of us, it's the fear of being taken out, period, right? We're all afraid that the competitor is going to take us out, or, we were the first in with this great idea, and now we have a bunch of people who are replicating or trying to take this idea, and that's going to happen. That's normal, it's organic, and that's going to happen. Or we're in a business where there's a lot of competition anyways, like plumbers or doctors or lawyers and insurance people, what have you. And you're so focused on your competition, and you're like, well, I don't want to put that out there because they might see that. I don't want to put that out there because they might see that. And my whole 2 cents on that is, who cares? Who cares? Great. Let them see that. That's awesome. But your future customer is also going to see it, which is more important. That is so much more important. And to me, it's keep your eye on the ball. The eye on the ball is your future customers. That's who you care about. So you do want them to get the information, and you do want them to see you as a credible professional or industry leader in your marketplace. So who cares, right? Who cares? So, okay, so let's talk about some of these things, because I put some little notes in one-liners. So I'm just going to say them out as I go through our conversations, because I put, even the alpha male chant of destroying our enemy implies that in turn, our enemies can also destroy us. And they do, because we get so consumed by what the competition is doing. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about this. And if this is you, if you're that person that is so consumed by your competitors, that you're preventing yourself from doing things that are going to push your company ahead and move forward. Okay. So a great example is, and this is a true example, Elon Musk. I don't know if you knew, but Elon Musk is afraid to take a vacation. And the reason why he's afraid to take a vacation is he's afraid to pause. He's afraid to take a break from doing his strategies and big picture planning. So he is completely and utterly afraid to take a vacation in fear of that his competition is just going to nudge way out in front of him and get out ahead of him. So that to me is kind of ridiculous. Okay. Although I think at one point I probably was a little bit like that, where I wasn't taking a vacation because I just like working. I got to get this going. I got to get my brand going. I got to get, this going, and I got to do all of this. And you do have to take a break because you have to recharge your batteries. You're not going to be able to keep going if you don't recharge those batteries. So keep that in mind. Okay. So here's a couple of reasons why focusing on your competition could help hurt your business. So one of the ones is that you are completely giving away your power. So you are focusing on so many things about your competitor that you are giving away the power and any resources that you have and any intelligent decisions you make, all because of the fear that your competitor could get wind of it, or they could do it too. So giving away your power because of your fear for your competitors. So that's one reason. So think about that and kind of chew on that, because if that's you, to me, that's a really big one. And why would you do that? That would be my question to you. Why would you give away that much power to a competitor or several competitors? Because, you might be in that industry where you have a bunch of them. Okay. The other thing that you're doing when you're focusing on your competition is you're distracting yourself. You're distracting yourself from your own goals. You're distracting yourself from your company goals. You're distracting yourself from what your company needs to do to beat out the competition. So you're so invested and so consumed with your competition and how you don't want them to, get an inkling of what you're doing, that you're wasting all these resources and this energy on trying to prevent them from understanding and knowing what you're doing. So that's really distracting, and it prevents you from growing your business and maintaining and serving your customers, right? Because you're so focused on your competition that you're not going to be able to serve your customers. You're not going to be able to maintain that business mission or morale, whatever it is that you're trying to put out there. So think about that, because as a leader, it's so important to understand and recognize that a fear-based mentality that you put into your business model, or even the morale or the feel of your company, is what you're passing along to your employees. So that's not good. It's really, really, really negative. Not even kind of negative. I was going to say kind of. It is really, really negative. So keep that in mind, because that fear-based mentality is not healthy. Don't do it. Okay. So another reason why you don't want competition, you don't want competition to really suck you up and eat you alive, is you're absolutely limiting your growth. So, you have this strategy, and so maybe because you're so worried about the competition, you are not acknowledging or fulfilling your 5-year plan. You're not looking at your 10-year plan because you're so consumed by what your competitors are doing, and if they're watching you or if they're doing or copying you. And so let's think about this when we think about you limiting your growth and you really being caught up and worried about your competition, because let's say that I don't know, your competition pivots and then you organically have to align with them or they become a partner. All that energy and all that time served on worrying about them just went out the door. Okay. And so now you have to reevaluate your strategy and now you have to reevaluate your focus. And you're like, you lost some time and you lost some traction because you were so caught up and worried about your competition. Okay. So think about that when you are limiting your growth, when you're worried about your competition and what they're doing, and thinking that they're preventing you from growing because you're actually preventing yourself from growing because you're so caught up on them. Okay. So the other thing to think about is when you think about startups. So as a startup, there's a lot of startups that are really, really worried about competition because they're the first out, or they want to be the one who makes the mark in whatever it is they're doing. And so we can think about, examples of like Uber and Lyft. They're both still alive today, you know. And so when you run a business, and I love this metaphor, because this is really, you have to think about long term and finite. You can't limit yourself and think this short period, like with Uber and Lyft, this short period, this short time second, and how am I going to beat them, and how am I going to stay ahead. And so this is a really, really good metaphor. It's not mine. It was one I read and I loved it. And I was like, hey, I'm going to use that. This is really good. So running a business is more or less like, so running your business is more or less like a football, which is like, I'm trying to get this right because this metaphor is like, was confused. At first, when I said it, I was like, oh yeah, that's how I get it. Okay. So running your business is more or less like a football, which has a fixed clock and one clear enemy, right? That's what running your business is like. And when you think about, now I'm going to screw up this metaphor because I was like, so when you think about it, where you're just focusing on the one competition, when you're just that one, that's more like playing a game of poker where you're focusing on just one person and you're waiting for them to make a mistake. That's it. So running a business is more like a football game. It's strategy. What are you doing? It's a fixed clock. How are you going to win this game? Okay. So block and tackle. I always use that word, block and tackle. Whereas if you're very competition or competitive base, mentality thinking, that's like a poker game. So you're thinking like, where are you focusing all your energy? It's just this one component. And, you could very easily make a strategic mistake because you put all your resources into one person. You gambled it away. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I hope so. Okay. So another thing, so this is like, as I wrap this up and get it close to wrapping it up, because competition is good. At the end of the day, competition is really, really good. We all should have competitors and we should all be aware of our competitors. We just don't need to be consumed by our competitors in the things that we do in our strategy and how we move our business forward. Okay. And the one thing that you should fear, if you fear anything with competitors, is complacency. So if you're complacent and you're not doing anything for the growth of your business, you're not improving your customer support, you're not adapting to change, you're not adding new things to adapt to the environment or to adapt to the situation of what's going on in your community or marketplace or whatever that situation might be. If you're complacent and you're not doing these things and adapting your company to change, you are setting yourself up for failure because you are so caught and focused on your competition that you're not allowing your company to evolve and move and grow. So keep that in mind, because there are some of us that are one point focused kind of people. We set our minds on something, and let's say the competition, and we can't get off of it. And then there's people that can focus on several different things and move their competition in the right direction, because that's what you want to do. You want to move your business in the right direction. Okay. And so, just like you with my business, your business, everybody's business, your customers will change, your business model will change, your technology will change, the way we do business will change. There's so many things that will change. And if you're evolving and growing and adapting, the entrepreneurs that thrive and the successful companies that build and win because they focus on continued excellence are the ultimate weapon against competition at the end of the day. That's the ultimate weapon. So not really being focused on your competitor and really just like to putting all your resources there and being really worried about, I don't want to put this out because I don't want them to see this, or I am not going to put that on social media because I don't want my competition to see this. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, really? I mean, I think I would take pride and I would take it as a compliment if someone wanted to mimic me. They're never going to. So think about it. They're never going to. They're not going to have the passion, the drive, the years of experience, and all the tools and resources that I have. They're not. They're not. They're going to have to figure it out on their own. So think about that when you think about competitors. Is don't be afraid of them. Embrace them. Welcome them, because competition is great. And the thing that you should be afraid of is the lack of competition. Like if there never is competitors in your industry, then you should probably look around the room and think, there's probably not a need for this service, right? There's probably not a need for this service. So I might want to rethink this, right? So the lack of competition, you should be fearful for. And the more competition, you should not fear. In fact, if you're in an industry where you have a lot of competitors, which that's this girl. I got a lot of competitors. I say, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm okay to have a lot of competitors because I know I'm in a marketplace that there is a huge need for. And I had a conversation with Kim, who I met on LinkedIn, and she reached out to me and we had a call together with, and she is kind of a competitor because she is in marketing, but she's in a niche of marketing. And she's like, I don't know if you want to talk to me, Kat. And I said, sure, I do. I love talking to people in marketing. It's wonderful. In fact, I talked to 2 people that were in marketing this week. And my thing to Cam was, I love competition. I love helping people in my marketplace or my arena because there's so much business out there. There's enough for everyone. There is enough for everyone. Not everybody is going to work with me or my company. Not everybody is going to work with Kelm. And so there is enough business for everyone. If somebody is fearing that there isn't, or if somebody is so afraid of the competition because they're like, I don't want my competitors to know what I do. Why? Who gives a shit? Who really cares? And if you have that mentality, then you're preventing your future customers from knowing what you do. So what's more important? Think about it. What's more important? Is it more important to fear your competitors and finding out what you do? Or is it more important that your future customers, your brand new customers, know what you do and connect with you and call you and say, hey, Kat, wow, I didn't know you did social media. I need help. Help me. Yay. To me, that's more important than to think that, oh, I don't want to put this out there because my competitor might see, or oh, I don't want them to know that I do websites. No, why? No, I don't want them to know that. Yeah, no. Why? Who gives a shit? That's what I say. Who cares? Bring it on. I say bring it on because, again, people are going to pick and choose the people that they work with. There usually is an alignment with personality, with, the same beliefs, the same mission. So things like that. And so, I advocate and I love empowering business owners and keeping things transparent. And maybe there's some businesses out there that, don't want to be empowered or don't want transparency. And, they're comfortable with working with big agencies that strap on a big bill and say, "Hey, here's your bill. Let's work." And they're like, "Okay," and they don't ask any questions of what they get. There are people like that. And so everybody's mission, everybody's belief, everybody's business model is completely different some way or somehow, because you can't replicate this. And you can't replicate my drive. You can't replicate, my passion. And you can't replicate my years of experience. No way, Jose. No, that's his girl. So I love for someone to try. But again, so don't let having a fear of competition keep you from growing your business, because it will. Because your job as a business owner, as a marketer, as consultant, whatever position that you play in your role, your job is to inform your future customers what you do and portray you as an expert in your field, so that they pick up the phone and call you, or they do your digits, or they just email you. That's your job. And if you're going to have this fear of, oh my God, I don't want to put that out there because I don't want my competition to see it, you're going to lose. I promise you, you're going to lose. So some people might argue this, and I'm okay with it. Throw it down. Let's talk about it. But I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of statistics and data on that fear can crush your business. It's not worth it. Yes, it's good to have an eye on your competition, because you should have, you should weigh that out on what your competition doing, but you should not obsess over it. You cannot. Because if you do, you are giving control to that competitor, and you're losing your resources and your energy for your own business. Think about that, because that's really, really important. Okay. Because competition is good. If you don't have competition, you got to really, really rethink why. Why don't I have competition? Maybe I should rethink my model. Maybe this is not something that everybody needs. And who knows? Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe I need to pivot. Maybe I need to do something else. Right. Okay. And the way to do that is to research and just make sure you're ahead of the curve, because as long as you have what separates you from your competitors, they can't replicate it. I promise you, they can't. It's funny because, like, when I first started my first business, when I first started it, I used to go to people and talk to them. I'm like, you got to sign a non-disclosure, please. And I used to go through that rigmarole, and now I'm like, who cares? Hey, you want to talk about my model? Awesome. Let's talk about it. Because nobody is going to have the energy and passion that you have in order to replicate your business model or your brand or whatever it is that you're trying to do. I promise you. I promise you. And if you're in a typical field, sorry, I have to take a little bit of a drink here. And this is not alcoholic. But if you're in an industry that is like overpopulated, there's no industry that's like way overpopulated or saturated. I had someone tell me one time, and this is going to be another live. Someone told me, I'm going to get out of that industry because it's saturated. I'm like, there's no way in hell your industry is saturated. Sorry, I had to laugh at that. And if you were the one who said that to me, I apologize. I didn't mean to laugh at you. I'm just laughing at the situation and the words. That's all. But anyways, okay. Groovy. I think you guys got it. You got to embrace your competition. Don't put all your energy and resources in your competitor. You don't need to do it. Please don't do it. It's not worth it. Who cares? I'm a transparent person. I put all my pricing on my website. Go check it out. I put all my pricing on my website because I'm all about transparency. I'm all about empowering people to make good business decisions. And plus, I want them to know what they're getting into, and then, when I talk here, I give you tips and I put it all out there because here's the reality. Not everybody's going to do it. Nobody, what I've learned is, and I've given workshops and I've, taught people to do things. And what I've learned, and especially as a sales trainer and going to different workshops, is not everybody's going to do it. I remember one of the companies I represented, they used to spend thousands of dollars on me and my team to go to sales training and sales workshops. And they were great and they were motivational and they were inspiring. And I used to just suck it all in. I would be like, oh my God, I love this. I was just sucking it all in and doing it. And I would implement. I'm one of those people, because my military background, I'm follow through. I'm going to like document it all. This is what I learned. Here's what I'm going to do. And here's my plan of attack. This is what I'm going to do. And I would try to get my team on board to do it. And not everybody's motivated to do it. Not everybody, you can invest, let's say you invest $2,500 on each person and you walk away and you're going to have, you had a sales training where you have A, B, and C players. Maybe your A players will implement and put it in effect. And your B and C will be like half-ass, or maybe even your C will be like, I don't want to do that. I'm happy. So it happens. And the same thing in real life, and the same thing when I do trainings and workshops. It's the same thing. I can tell you everything that you have to do to be successful in social media, everything. And not everybody's going to do it. They're not. It's just a reality. And that's okay. Because what they'll do is pick up the phone and call me and say, Kat, can you do it? Absolutely, I'll do it. Absolutely. That's a service. And that's what I provide. Okay. I hope this was beneficial to you. And if you have any questions after the fact, drop me a line. If you watch this after the fact, let me know that you're on the replay. And again, I hope this was a great topic and a great conversation, because it's good to have competition. It's good to know that you have competition. What is not good is to fear your competition so much so that you're consumed by them, and it prevents you from putting content out and talking about things and, trying to put that out for your future buyers. Yay! I'm done. Hope you like my new hat. I like it. I should have put a military background to match my hat. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. And if there's somebody that that can benefit from this, please tag them so they can learn and share. If you know someone who's obsessing so much from their competition, tag them or tell them to reach out to me. Anybody can reach out to me. I'm so approachable. Although I would caution you on LinkedIn, because my LinkedIn box gets like utterly ridiculously full. So my email is also in my contact information. So definitely do that, or just set up a time on my Calendly. I'm happy to chat. I'm approachable. So hope you guys had a great day today. It's a beautiful day, kind of in Wisconsin. It's kind of cold now. I'm hoping winter's not coming. No winter, please. So until next time, wait, before I say that, let me go on. We've had a lot more people join in, and I want to do some shout outs. Yolitha Carter, thank you so much. I keep in mind 1 million people can do what I do, but only I can do it like I do. I love it. Great attitude. Oh my God, I love it. We should get a t-shirt, right? Yolitha, let's get a t-shirt and says that. Hey, Uber took my selfie idea from my about 3 and I love that. She's like, hey, Uber took my selfie idea. That's awesome. And then let's see who else we have. Dennis, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Marcello, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. You are such a great person. Team Live. And Marcello from Atlanta. Block and tackle, love it. I do too. I love saying that, And then Barbara says, hello. Thanks for watching, Barbara. I appreciate it. And Beverly Hayes, hi there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in and watching. And your comments, engagement is great. In case you don't know, it is good for all your social media. So the more that you can engage on people's posts and make comments, the more exposure you give to yourself. Watch it. I'm just multitasking, and I'm really bad at it when it comes to typing. Okay, as I always end this, and let me see if I can get my banners. I'm here to help you any way that I can to stand out and grow. That's my mission. That's my whole purpose. And these little tidbits that I do is all about helping you stand out and grow and preventing you from destroying yourself. In fact, connect with me on social media. I'm happy to connect if you want to chat or talk. That's what I'm here for. And as I always end this, you got this. And until next time, I look forward to chatting with you and coming back again and talking to you. So I will talk to you soon. Thanks.